Welcome to the Chapel's devotional. During these difficult times, we have made quite a few changes here at the chapel. One of those is our building is closed. We're doing that because that's what our president and our health workers have asked us to do. We still are open because the church is not this building. The church is the body of Christ who is all over Northeast Indiana, Southern Michigan, Western Ohio. We are the church, and so we can still function, and one of the ways we function best is by praying for each other. And we're not able to collect prayer requests because we're not all together. So if you would like us to be praying for you, then all you need to do is email us at prayer@thechapel.net, and we'll be praying for you. Today we want to talk about the fact that God has a plan for your life. When we have a disaster like this coronavirus, we wonder, where is God? Why doesn't God do something? Are my prayers ever going to be answered? Please know that the scriptures assure us that God hears, God knows, and God cares. What we may fail to realize is that God also has a plan. In the book of Philippians, chapter 1, verse 6, it says, He, meaning God, who began a good work in you, that means you were born again into His family, will continue it until the day that Jesus Christ comes. God has a plan for my life. God has a plan for your life. And this didn't catch Him by surprise. God was not wondering, where did this virus come from? The virus has stopped the NBA. It's slam dunk March Madness, and it's iced the National Hockey League. But it hasn't stopped God's plan for our life in any way. God still has a plan for you, and He still has a plan for your life. The stock market has dropped historically. The falls have been repeated. Jobs are in jeopardy. Cruises are canceled. Children are locked out of school. And sometimes we feel like we're locked in to our emotional pain. God was not surprised by the coronavirus or shocked by the speed with which it spread. He allows it, He knows about it, and He has a plan for it. Jeremiah lived at a time very similar to ours. His country was being overrun by their enemies, and Jeremiah's job as a prophet was incredibly difficult. He was to tell the people that God was judging them, and their enemies were going to overrun them, and their enemies were going to capture them. Now, I'm not going to suggest for a moment that God is judging us, that this coronavirus is somehow an angry God. I'll let God speak for Himself on that one. But in that time of Jeremiah's great difficulty, when they knew it was the judgment of God, God still said to them, I have a plan for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. In the worst of time, God is still your best plan.